Hello, guys, and welcome back to the highway. I'm your host, Shim, for the show today, M Square 360, and we're literally on the highway. Yes, so we're gonna enjoy this time and let's get on to the video. Hello, guys, and we're still on the highway. I'm the host, Shim, as I told you guys before on the show, M Square 360, and the topic of today is gonna be the continent of Africa. Is there gonna be hope? We're gonna discuss that today. Okay, so we're here with M Square 360. You wanna say hello to your channel?
Yeah, hello guys. Welcome back to the highway as usual. So thank you for having me here. I appreciate your effort for you being with us, and I want to thank my viewers for not giving up on us. They should continue being with us to build a family together. I appreciate them so well, and yeah.
Okay, so back to our question. Is the continent of Africa ever going to be a developed continent?
But these kind of questions are very difficult to just answer them straight ahead. There are certain factors we have to consider to actually agree on the fact that in the future we're going to have Africa being named, or some part of Africa being named as a developed country. You know, Africa is actually a continent with 50 plus countries, and to just say yes, in the future we're going to see Africa being developed as a continent, I'm afraid it's not going to be easy. It's going to be very difficult. South Africa and some few countries are actually progressing. They are on their way being a developed country, but we are yet to witness what is going to happen. But Africa as a continent to be developed, I'm afraid no. It's so sad for some of us to realize that it's not going to happen. Like we are not going to see Africa being developed. But before we continue with this our conversation, I want to know, are you an African?
Actually, no, I'm not from Africa, but I am part African. I am African American, and my interest in Africa comes from my roots. Since my ancestors are from there, I feel as though I need to get involved. And Africa is a really nice continent. There's a lot of things to see. There's a lot of nice places, and they're just forgotten and talked down on, I guess, most of the time. Growing up, people have always said that there's poor people in Africa, that the country is never developing, and
Yeah, you are right. It's a nice place, and whatever you have been seeing about Africa is true. Mostly people confuse themselves with Africa as a continent as Africa as a country. People think Africa is a country. Yeah, there are countries in Africa striving, and if you see those pictures or videos online, it's actually true about some part of what Africa being or going through that difficulty. It's actually true. Yeah, so as at now today, you sample like 10 people from Africa, you ask them what is Africa's biggest problem. You know what I'm gonna say?
no.
They will say African biggest problem is leadership.
Okay.
You are an African American, right?
Yes.
And as Jewish as well.
Yes.
Good. Let's pick the two, American and Jewish.
Okay.
You have leaders, isn't it?
Do I have what?
Leaders in your country.
Yes.
Don't they have problems?
Yes.
So it's leadership problem is actually everywhere. Whether it be Europe, wherever you find yourself, there are leadership problems.
Yes.
So I'm not actually disagreeing the fact that Africa, our problem is actually leadership problem, but that is not the greatest problem facing Africa. The biggest problem facing Africa as today, which is actually making us not to develop, is the problem of belief system.
Belief system.
Yes.
There's a belief system everywhere.
Good. There is a belief system everywhere.
What makes the belief system in Africa different from Israel, America, Europe, and stuff?
Yeah, so yeah, that's true. There is belief system everywhere. Wherever you find yourself, there are certain things people believe in, and that make them who they are. Do you want to agree with me on the fact that what you believe in today makes you who you are?
Yes.
Your belief system determines how you live your life, how you behave, how you do everything. So let's say Africa we have like a lot of belief system, but let's come down to West Africa. That is where I am actually familiar with West Africa, and I knew some few countries. I'm from Ghana, so I can actually
Yes.
lower it to Ghana and Nigeria. Yeah. So when we come to Ghana or Nigeria, Ghana, we are Christian dominated. It's a Christian country. So when I say our belief system is one of the greatest downfall, one of our greatest problem facing our continent or our country, this is what I mean. We have a continent or a country over like millions of people, and among these millions of people, we believe that Earth here is not where we actually belong. We believe that there is a special place somewhere that we have to die, and there's a special person somewhere preparing that place, building mansions, having this kind of road with gold, all these nice things we can think of, cars and everything, the good things that people enjoy on this earth. We Africans, 99%, we believe that we don't need them here. There is a place called heaven, or there is a place we have to die and go, and that is where we are going to enjoy all those things, and there's a special person somewhere preparing all these things for us to go. So our focus is not actually on this planet or on this earth, because we feel like we are just passing by. We are soldiers, like you are traveling and you have to do transit in Ethiopia. It's not your destination. So what are you going to do? You are not going to think of doing something permanently over there. You are not going to think of buying a car. You are not going to think of building a house over there. You are just passing by and you have to make a transit over there. Are you with me?
Yes. Everything you're saying now about people not focusing on the present and focusing on what's going to happen after they're no longer on earth is actually very surprising for me, because it's the total opposite from where I come from. Yes, and it's very surprising and sad for me even to hear that there's people walking around hoping for what's gonna happen after they are not
actually on this earth.
Yes.
So that is what is happening, and that makes it very difficult from the top to the lowest. The leaders, the presidency, everybody in the country. This is our belief system. We believe that earth here is not where we belong. We are just passing by. So let's say I can use my country as an example, right? So
Yes.
the leaders believe that this is not where we belong. And what do you think they are going to do? You believe that we don't belong to this earth, we are just passing by. And as a leader, and you have been given the money to actually build up something for the people, what are you going to do? You don't care, because the people actually, their focus is not what we are doing for them.
So what are they doing with the money if
Okay,
they're not
so-
developing things?
Yeah, so that is the question. They are not developing. They actually have. You see, in this world, no country has to be poor. That is not how it's supposed to be. But because of how African we think, and we have to stay poor to make the world going. If you want to be rich, you can be rich in this world as a country. In order for us to see Africa being developed, our thinking or our belief system has to change, which is impossible. Shame, will you believe that a child today, 3 years, 4 years, has to go to church, and the teachings will be like, live your life well, because when you die, if you don't live your life well, when you die, you are not going to heaven. So this is where the teaching starts from. From the infant, they are telling them that they are going to die to go to heaven. So whatever they are doing, their focus is on heaven.
Wait, so as someone who grew up in Africa, me listening to you, to what you're saying now, it makes me feel like everyone there are hoping to die. So why shouldn't they? In my understanding is that they should be doing things to get closer to death. They should be doing things so they can die faster, to get away from Earth and go to wherever they think they're going.
Yeah, you are right. But when it comes to death, Christians are the most
Scared.
ever. When it
Wait,
comes to
but
death,
I thought if you die, you get to the
before you can go
Father.
you have to die before you go to heaven. You don't go to heaven with this our skin. You have to die. But when we talk about death,
Yes.
most Christians go to church because they don't want to die. So they will also go to church not to make sure they are safe. God save them, like God preserve them. Now ask myself, you people, you want to die to go to heaven. Look at all this suffering on this earth. You don't want to build a country. We are suffering. We don't have food to eat. We don't have good road. So why don't you die and go to where you have all these beautiful things you are telling me about? God is, and we see we have a lot of pastors or a lot of priests saying they have been to heaven before and they have seen this pavement in heaven made with gold and everything. So I asked myself, why don't you die and go to heaven? Yeah. So they will not die. They are scared to die. Yet they want to go to heaven.
Why are we believing these random pastors saying things about heaven? How do you know? Why? What is the reason to believe a pastor?
Yeah. So when it comes to Christianity, we are made not to ask questions. They will shut you up.
Okay, so because you can't ask questions, then nothing is gonna change. You're just gonna
You listen
to
and obey.
the government or whoever is saying all these,
And mostly,
and nothing is gonna move. Which is why till this day is still undeveloped,
yeah,
according to
Yeah.
statistics and stuff.
And another thing is, our belief system is not gonna change.
Yes, you need someone who's brave enough to
Yeah.
come out and speak up and gather other people that are probably thinking the same, but are scared.
Yeah. I wish Ghana we can have a leader one day who will come out and say, yes, we all know you believe in something. We all believe in something, but it shouldn't be our ultimate goal.
Yes.
Our goal shouldn't be heaven. We are being brought on this earth to fulfill our purpose. If you cannot make this world a better place for us to live, why are we here? Then die and go. But you know the most annoying thing? When you go to Ghana, as an example, Nigeria, the church has the numbers over there. They have the numbers. And if you are a president, if you are a leader and you try to actually come out with this kind of mind-changing behavior, they will bring you down. Because
the people are already brainwashed, you know? They're already scared of pastors.
Yeah, and belief system.
And seers and...
Good. And belief system is one of the things very difficult for you to change. So
yes, it is.
Yeah, so that's why I say it's very difficult to see Africa being developed. It's so sad to see because the mindset of people are not going to change, not today and tomorrow. This is the problem we have in Africa now, and it's very crazy. Like you see people thinking of heaven instead of developing their country. I got to understand how people were racist against black or African. You know why?
Why?
We are not contributing anything to development of this world. We are just suckers. We are just in occupying space and wasting and creating a lot of problems. Like we are just creating issues for people who are thinking. We are not developing anything. We are not contributing. We are just there. If something happens, let me give you an example. We had COVID-19 recently. Like
COVID-19.
Yes. And when we had this outbreak, Africans were busy looking for scriptures in the Bible backing that there's going to be the end of what the world. God is coming because
Why,
in the Bible,
they're hoping for it?
Yeah, because in the Bible made it clear that in the latter days things like this will be happening. Homosexualism, like outbreak of disease, wars and things. People are actually looking for scriptures in the Bible to back what is happening. While people are actually thinking how to come out with a cure to do away with this
solution.
outbreak. People are just there. So these people.
Do you know Israel was the first country that came back to normalism? Yes, we're the first ones who came with the COVID-19 vaccine, and our country was the first one that airports and everything came back to work.
Normal, yeah.
Yes, that's one thing in this country. There's no laziness going around.
Yeah.
Every time there's a problem, it will be quick. Even now with Iran, you see, already they're trying to do a ceasefire.
Yeah. So you see, and this is how Africa is not going to be developed as a continent. I've been telling people that you know why Israelis they say they are smart and they are very strong. It's not because they have something special. Of course they have something special, but they are made to believe that there's no one coming to save you. You are on your own.
Yes.
You are
so
there.
You do your possible best
and bring out something for yourself. If Israel actually have to leave their country into God's hands, you will not even live to come and see Israel as a country today because yes.
Do you know the way you describe the African people? There is a small community that are similar to that, and they're in parts of Israel.
Okay.
When you go to their neighborhoods, is exactly how you could describe Africa.
Yeah, because
nothing there is developed. These people, all they do is read their books all the time and pray and hope that their prayer will stop wars, and they believe everyone else are stupid and they should be going to the synagogue and praying all day.
The synagogue is what they call it, church in Africa.
Oh, you call it the synagogue church?
Yeah.
So synagogue, you can either say synagogue or shul, depending where you come from.
Okay.
But they also have the same belief that you should be in your scriptures.
Yeah, so you see what belief can make people behave.
Yes.
So you see, as part of Israel, you can see how they were not developed because what they believe in. They don't want to work. So Africa, we believe that God is coming to save us. So we are praying for
So
God to
it
save
sounds
us.
like to me that no one actually wants to better themselves. And maybe Africa will just stay the way it is, because if you don't want to help yourself, who am I to
Yeah.
come out from outside and help you? You know? It sounds like you guys are fine there.
We are not really fine. Some of us, we want to see Africa being a better place for us, to avoid all this kind of struggling
Okay.
outside, be in your country, have nice job, work, and be free, have your family, know where you're sweet like home. Whatever happens, your home is your home, you know. So it's so sad to see our leaders or these things like this happening. We are trying our best to make sure we bring people to light. Like, they have to know what is happening. They are being brainwashed. We have wasted our life on this kind of the belief system. It's not helping us, and we want to also have a better life as a continent or as a country. But our leaders are not helping us, and our belief systems, to be precise, is actually not working in favor of us. Yeah, it's so sad.
Yes.
So this is what I'm saying. Africa is not going to be a continent which is going to be developed in the future. It's so sad. If someone is saying,
probably going to be in the far future when
Not
we're
in the- you see?
no longer on Earth. Maybe the next generation
yeah, so
after us
it's so
will
sad
open their
because
eyes.
it's like none of us listening to this audio, watching this video today, we actually grew up to see Africa being developed. Isn't it so sad?
Yes, it is very sad, actually.
Yeah. So I think we have to take the power into our hands. We have to take the we have to just forget about whatever is happening, and this our generation will have to try to put Africa on track by actually shutting down this belief system. I think it's actually a crime for someone to tell me that this is not my home, this earth is not where I belong. It's a crime for humanity, you know. Because if the moment you tell me this is not where I belong, it changes everything within me, like how I think, how I see things.
Why should I try to do anything good if this is
I
not a
don't belong
permanent
here?
place? Yeah.
You see, if you are there thinking you are going to die, you see, it's because of laziness. If you think you are going to die and escape this, you are going to be in poverty and you suffer. Like, you will suffer on this earth. You want to die, but you're not going to die. If you think this world is not, this earth here, you don't belong here, so you are not actually contributing, you are not trying to make things better for yourself and for your country, you are dying to go and live somewhere, bro. You are wasting. You can even actually take, you know, poison.
Yes.
You can actually take poison. You are not going to die. You have to live to suffer. You have to live to suffer because you refuse to think. You cannot just come to this earth and just
go away. Yeah.
And you think just like that, because someone have told you that you don't belong here, and this earth, you are just passing through. You don't want to think. You don't want to make something better for yourself and for your generation. No.
Yeah, but I think if everyone think this way, I think they'll be fine, because they can just turn to their prayers and believe that everything is gonna be okay. So maybe that's how it's supposed to be. Everyone are good with that. Maybe there's just a small percentage that have the courage to come out and say something different.
Yeah, so it's going to be very hard. No one is going to be like, we are not going to have a lot of people out there thinking the same. You know, the church they are actually having the doubt. The people you see out there, the church, the number, they have the doubt, but they have been brainwashed first, and they are also scared to voice out because they have been in that thing for so long. I think they have been doing those things for so long, but they are not seeing the result. Why don't you change?
Can you go to prison for saying something against the government?
You cannot actually go to prison for saying this thing against the government, but you are going to be looked down upon. People will see as you are from the devil. You don't want to see God's way progressing and see those things. But I don't care about those things. I just want the betterment of the people. You see the trouble? We are living now. You don't have food to eat. You don't have shelter. You don't have clothing. You don't have cars. You don't have all these things you can think about. And you are thinking about what you die, what's going to happen. That's what you're thinking about.
One last question.
Okay.
As an individual, how is this affecting you? Maybe you can just build your own home. You can be motivated on your own with your family and your community, even a few friends that you guys create a big community. Like this neighborhood we're in now, it can be like a neighborhood like this in Ghana or in Africa. the continent themselves, that these are the people that are open-minded and they believe that they can be developed and they're just create their own. Why should they care what's happening around?
Yeah,
Is it
so
possible to just be as a single doing this on your own?
very hard for you to keep this thing to yourself. I can decide to keep it to myself, just listen, go mute. I'm not even going near anything concerning church or Christianity, doing my own thing, develop and see my life flourishing. I can do it, but it also hurt me to see people perishing because they don't know this. In the Bible made it clear that lack of knowledge, my people perish. If you lack knowledge, you are going to perish. So he said, lack of knowledge, my people perish. So if I see people lacking those kind of knowledge and they are perishing, it hurt me. You have to know you are on this earth on a purpose. Fulfill the purpose here. Your purpose is not you living on this earth to be poor and be suffering and go to heaven. That is never God's purpose for you. So you see, the issue of Africa being developed is something that
it's more of it's a generational problem that's been happening long ago before us.
Yeah. Nobody is saying don't believe in something. You can believe whatever you believe in, but it shouldn't come close to our national development.
Okay, so I think we had a good discussion and a lot of knowledge was passed through the video. And I hope everyone enjoyed our discussion. And if you want to see me again on N-Squared 360, please comment down below and I'll be so happy to come back.
Okay, thank you very much. Don't forget to like our video, share and comment, and let's build this family together. And bye bye.